Paul Gosar spoke out in his defense while the censure debate was going on. And he wanted to place himself in an interesting historic context. So let's see what he's got here.
No matter how much the left tries to quiet me, I will continue to speak out against amnesty for illegal aliens, defend the rule of law, and advance the American First agenda. If I must join
Gentleman's recognized 30 seconds.
If I must join Alexander Hamilton, the first person attempted to be censored by this House, so be it. It is done.
Okay, I don't think anyone else was making that particular comparison. Is this him still trying to appeal to the kids or whatever? We've moved on from Hamilton. It doesn't have the cultural cachet that it did a few years ago. No, and again, stop saying you're being censored. You're being censured. You're a representative. Words have meanings. You should know what they are. God, they just love being victims. They love it. It makes him Alexander Hamilton. But as weird as that was, it did actually get weirder because immediately after the vote happened, they wanted to put out a statement. And here is the statement that they ended up doing.
Hey folks on Getter, this is Congressman Paul Gosar. I just got back from the floor where the Democrats have censored me for challenging their America Last agenda. They should know I won't be bullied, even if they challenge me and try to take away my America First agenda. It's great to be on a service that's not going to be censored. And you even like cartoons. I love that. I'm looking forward to having great discussions with you, so tune in next time. Till next time, thanks again.
Okay, I'm glad that they left in the last few seconds because it was already a 9 out of 10 on the awkward scale, and I think that they really nailed it with the last few seconds. I don't know who he was talking about that supposedly likes cartoons. I don't know. Again, you weren't censored, you were censured, actually. You took the video down and then retweeted it later on. Now, as many people have pointed out, that video was weird. What you should understand is, if somebody is having some sort of physical problem or mental problem or whatever, that's nothing to be ashamed of. That's nothing wrong or whatever. He does say that he doesn't. But it was fairly clear from that video that something potentially was going on. And, the only reason I even bring this up is ABC News' Jonathan Karl says that Republicans are saying that they think he's lost it in some way, that there is something that is different about him. Now, I want to be very clear. I don't think that whatever that is, if it exists at all, has anything to do with the video that he put out. I think he put out the video he wanted to put out because he knows that that's what his base wants. But we'll see what ends up happening. He's not on his committees anymore, and he's not in power, so like with Marjorie Greene, he's only sort of a representative any longer. But that said, if and more than likely when the Republicans take over next year, Marjorie Greene is saying that leadership has assured her that she will get her committee assignments back. Would we believe that Paul Gosar would not? I mean, after all, only 2 of them voted to censure him. So this consequence, to the limited extent that there's a consequence at all, even that in the end might end up being a temporary thing. That said, look, I'm glad that anything happened. I'm glad that someone is standing against the normalization of political violence. But I don't think that we're done with it. And I think that in all likelihood, the consequences against him are not consequences that matter to any of these representative trolls. Thank you, Robbie Cook. They want to be the focus of a 2-week news cycle in the same way. They don't care if they're taken off their committees. They're not doing any work in there anyway. And so that video that you saw, wait until you see what they come up with next, because they are going to be tripping over each other to be even more grotesque.